Unemployment Insurance Weekly Claims. Transmission of materials in this release is embargoed until 8:30 a.m. Eastern, Thursday, December 15, 2022. Seasonally adjusted data. In the week ending December 10th, the advance figure for seasonally adjusted initial claims was 211,000, a decrease of 20,000 from the previous week's revised level. The previous week's level was revised up by 1,000 from 230,000 to 231,000. The 4-week moving average was 227,250, a decrease of 3,000 from the previous week's revised average. The previous week's average was revised up by 250 from 230,000 to 230,250. The advanced seasonally adjusted insured unemployment rate was 1.2% for the week ending December 3rd, unchanged from the previous week's unrevised rate. The advance number for seasonally adjusted insured unemployment during the week ending December 3rd was 1,671,000, an increase of 1,000 from the previous week's revised level. The previous week's level was revised down by 1,000 from 1,671,000 to 1,670,000. The 4-week moving average was 1,625,250, an increase of 43,250 from the previous week's revised average. The previous week's average was revised down by 250 from 1,582,250 to 1,582,000. Unadjusted data. The advance number of actual initial claims under state programs, unadjusted, totaled 248,881 in the week ending December 10th, a decrease of 39,095, or minus 13.6%, from the previous week. The seasonal factors had expected a decrease of 15,922, or minus 5.5%, from the previous week. There were 265,692 initial claims in the comparable week in 2021. The advance unadjusted insured unemployment rate was 1.0% during the week ending December 3rd, a decrease of 0.1 percentage point from the prior week. The advance unadjusted level of insured unemployment in state programs totaled 1,505,805, a decrease of 55,630, or minus 3.6%, from the preceding week. The seasonal factors had expected a decrease of 56,779, or minus 3.6%, from the previous week. A year earlier the rate was 1.3% and the volume was 1,734,628. The total number of continued weeks claimed for benefits in all programs for the week ending November 26 was 1,586,144, an increase of 302,109 from the previous week. There were 2,458,450 weekly claims filed for benefits in all programs in the comparable week in 2021. No state was triggered on the extended benefits program during the week ending November 26. Initial claims for UI benefits filed by former federal civilian employees totaled 776 in the week ending December 3rd, an increase of 184 from the prior week. There were 462 initial claims filed by newly discharged veterans, an increase of 238 from the preceding week. There were 6,932 continued weeks claimed filed by former federal civilian employees the week ending November 26, an increase of 1,005 from the previous week. Newly discharged veterans claiming benefits totaled 4,524, an increase of 714 from the prior week. The highest insured unemployment rates in the week ending November 26 were in Alaska, 2.2, California, 2.1, New Jersey, 2.1, Puerto Rico, 2.0, Minnesota, 1.7, Montana, 1.7, New York, 1.6, Massachusetts, 1.5, Rhode Island, 1.5, and Washington, 1.5. The largest increases in initial claims for the week ending December 3rd were in California, plus 15,306, New York, plus 8,777, Texas, plus 8,639, Georgia, plus 7,806, and Illinois, plus 5,083, while the only decrease was in Connecticut, minus 139. Unemployment insurance data for regular state programs. Week ending December 10th. Initial claims, seasonally adjusted, 211,000. Initial claims, not seasonally adjusted, 248,881. 4-week moving average, seasonally adjusted, 227,250. Week ending December 3rd. Insured unemployment, seasonally adjusted, 1,671,000. Insured unemployment, not seasonally adjusted, 1,505,805. 4-week moving average, seasonally adjusted, 1,625,250. Insured unemployment rate, seasonally adjusted, 1.2%. Insured unemployment rate, not seasonally adjusted, 1.0%. Initial claims filed in federal programs, unadjusted. Week ending December 3rd. Federal employees, UCFE, 776. Newly discharged veterans, UCX, 462. Continued weeks claimed filed for UI benefits in all programs, unadjusted. Week ending November 26th. Total, 1,586,144. Footnotes. SA seasonally adjusted data. NSA not seasonally adjusted data. Continued weeks claimed represent all weeks of benefits claimed during the week being reported, and do not represent weeks claimed by unique individuals. 1. Prior year is comparable to most recent data. 2. Most recent week used covered employment of 143,627,296 as denominator. 3. Notice: ongoing claims for PUA and PEUC are no longer included in this news release. Any ongoing claims for these programs represent activity for periods prior to the program's expiration on September 6, 2021. Claims activity for these programs will continue to be posted online at Weekly Pandemic Program Claims. 4. Information on the EB program can be found here. EB program information. 5. Some states maintain additional benefit programs for those claimants who exhaust regular benefits, and when applicable, extended benefits. Information on states that participate, and the extent of benefits paid, can be found starting on page 4 to 5 of this link. Extensions and Special Programs PDF. 6. Information on STC, work sharing can be found starting on page 4 to 11 of the following link. Extensions and Special Programs PDF. 7. Prior year total includes PUA and PEUC claims. Unadjusted initial claims for week ended December 3, 2022. States with an increase of more than 1,000. State. Change. State supplied comment. California, plus 15,306. New York, plus 8,777. Layoffs in the transportation and warehousing, construction, and accommodation and food services industries. Texas, plus 8,639. Layoffs in the accommodation and food services industry. Georgia, plus 7,806. Layoffs in the manufacturing, trade, administrative and support and waste management and remediation services, and construction industries. Illinois, plus 5,083. Layoffs in the construction, administrative and support and waste management and remediation services, and retail trade industries. Pennsylvania, plus 3,233. Layoffs in the administrative and support and waste management and remediation services, transportation and warehousing, construction, and professional, scientific and technical services industries. Washington, plus 2,783. Layoffs in the mining, utilities, construction, manufacturing, transportation and warehousing, educational services, and public administration industries. Indiana, plus 2,466. Ohio, plus 2,434. Layoffs in the manufacturing industry. New Jersey, plus 2,389. Florida, plus 2,284. layoffs in the agriculture, forestry, fishing, and hunting, construction, wholesale trade, manufacturing, retail trade, and administrative and support and waste management and remediation services industries. Michigan, plus 1,875. North Carolina, plus 1,592. Layoffs in the administrative and support and waste management and remediation services, professional, scientific and technical services, and accommodation and food services industries. Iowa, plus 1,557. Layoffs in the construction, manufacturing, and professional, scientific, and technical services industries. Wisconsin, plus 1,515. Layoffs in the construction and transportation and warehousing industries. Massachusetts, plus 1,501. South Carolina, plus 1,441. Oregon, plus 1,441. Minnesota, plus 1,321. Alabama, plus 1,236. Layoffs in the administrative and support and waste management and remediation services and retail trade industries. Missouri, plus 1,228. Layoffs in the management of companies and enterprises, administrative and support and waste management and remediation services, and retail trade industries. Colorado, plus 1,189. States with a decrease of more than 1,000. State change. State supplied comment. None. Technical notes. This news release presents the weekly unemployment insurance, UI, claims reported by each state's unemployment insurance program offices. These claims may be used for monitoring workload volume, assessing state program operations, and for assessing labor market conditions. States initially report claims directly taken by the state liable for the benefit payments, regardless of where the claimant who filed the claim resided. These are the basis for the advance initial claims and continued claims reported each week. These data come from ETA 538, Advance Weekly Initial and Continued Claims Report. The following week, initial claims and continued claims are revised based on a second reporting by states that reflect the claimants by state of residence. These data come from the ETA 539, Weekly Claims and Extended Benefits Trigger Data Report. A. Initial claims. An initial claim is a claim filed by an unemployed individual after a separation from an employer. The claimant requests a determination of basic eligibility for the UI program. When an initial claim is filed with a state, certain programmatic activities take place, and these result in activity counts, including the count of initial claims. The count of U.S. initial claims for unemployment insurance is a leading economic indicator because it is an indication of emerging labor market conditions in the country. However, these are weekly administrative data which are difficult to seasonally adjust, making the series subject to some volatility. B. Continued weeks claimed. A person who has already filed an initial claim and who has experienced a week of unemployment then files a continued claim to claim benefits for that week of unemployment. On a weekly basis, continued claims are also referred to as insured unemployment, as continued claims reflect a good approximation of the current number of insured unemployed workers filing for UI benefits. The count of U.S. continued weeks claimed is also a good indicator of labor market conditions. While continued claims are not a leading indicator, they roughly coincide with economic cycles at their peaks and lag at cycle troughs. They provide confirming evidence of the direction of the U.S. economy. C. Seasonal adjustments and annual revisions. Over the course of a year, the weekly changes in the levels of initial claims and continued claims undergo regularly occurring fluctuations. These fluctuations may result from seasonal changes in weather, major holidays, the opening and closing of schools, or other similar events. Because these seasonal events follow a more or less regular pattern each year, their influence on the level of a series can be tempered by adjusting for regular seasonal variation. These adjustments make trend and cycle developments easier to spot. At the beginning of each calendar year, the Bureau of Labor Statistics provides the Employment and Training Administration, ETA, with a set of seasonal factors to apply to the unadjusted data during that year. Concurrent with the implementation and release of the new seasonal factors, ETA incorporates revisions to the UI claims historical series caused by updates to the unadjusted data. For further questions on the seasonal adjustment methodology, please see the official release page for the UI claims seasonal adjustment factors or contact BLS directly through the local area unemployment statistics web contact form. U.S. Department of Labor news materials are accessible at http://www.dal.gov.